First of all, sir, my name is Rishabh and I'm a student of law. So time and again, I tend to connect things with the legal aspects of what's happening around us. So when you talked about how the opposition, or even we as a public in general are not criticizing where we should have.
Yes.
So is it really like that? Is it the deficiency in the trust of people over the pillar of judiciary is why people are not criticizing it while people are not suing for the wrongs that are happening? Or is it the lack of the proper education system that is why that the example you quoted about the opposition actually supporting the government for all the things that it shouldn't have? So what kind of folds are we right now in that either it's what kind of problems are we facing it on which front? So is it the judiciary that people are not trusting? Is there some kind of a problem with the education system that we're not understanding things quite well? What is it actually that we should be looking more upon?
Yeah, that's a great question, because it goes to the nub of the issue. And I'm a firm believer, by the way, in educating people that at least you know what the issues are, but only to some extent. I believe reform and change is only possible from the top down, not the bottom up. Revolutions happen from the bottom up, and we see most of the revolutions how they end up in tragedy. So you can have a very educated populace, very aware of all the laws and everything, and they'll bring up these issues. But at the end of the day, the decision has to be taken by the parliament, by the people who you elect. Now you see what is happening. And by the way, I missed a few things that the opposition supports, like the freebies. And you look at the real tragic ping-pong game going on where BJP is accusing Congress of giving freebies, and the Congress is accusing BJP. The reality is every political party is giving freebies. If the BJP is accusing AAP of giving free electricity, I took out, a lot of people did not like it, I took out all those instances where the BJP has promised free electricity, free water. Heck, the BJP even promised Christians free trip to Jerusalem if it elected BJP. ये तो कांग्रेस ने भी नहीं किया था. Loan waivers. Look at why BJP lost in Himachal. Congress won because Congress said we will revert to the old pension scheme. And the old pension scheme was rejected by Congress. It was implemented by Manmohan Singh. The whole idea was brought about by Congress's Montek Singh Ahluwalia, who has, by the way, on record said that reverting to the old pension scheme is the biggest reverie, i.e. freebie, and it will destroy Himachal. 84% of Himachal's tax revenues will now go into this old pension scheme. But what can you do? The people elected Congress back. And looking at Himachal's victory, the emboldened Congress has reverted to old pension scheme in Chhattisgarh, and Congress ruled Rajasthan. Socialism wins. That's the tragedy. But how do you remove it? A lot of us know, we have the experience of looking at Cuba, of Soviet Union, of Cambodia, of all the other communist nations, socialist nations, that each one of them, if it has to progress, it has to junk this ideology. But that's textbook. Our leaders have to realize it. And I'm afraid the election cycle has, the talons have clutched the politicians so hard that they're actually not looking at nation building. They are looking at winning the next election. The Congress is very happy it has got Himachal. What does it care if Himachal goes into debt? After 5 years it will lose Himachal, the next government will have that debt, and then they would start protesting that the center is not clearing our debt. We demand more money, as Punjab is doing. The state to GSDP ratio for Punjab is now almost 50%. 3 lakh crore in debt. It doesn't have money for schemes. And yet you keep on, spending more and more. So you're absolutely right. You are aware, I am aware, but we are helpless, impotent. We can't do anything, and I haven't even come to the social issues, where, for example, temples are under government control. Tens of lakhs of crores of Hindu money should go into Hindu causes, or let the Hindus dictate it. But no, The government is dictating it. That is not happening for mosques, for gurdwaras, for churches. You have temple boards on which you have Muslims and Christians appointed. That doesn't happen for St. Francis Church. You have a Hindu appointed. You have a minority commission that looks at in which state and union territory is who will be classified as a minority, and Hindus cannot be part of that commission. So many things are happening that we are powerless to change. But those who have the power to change are not changing it. So, this is I don't know what it is. How you can change it. I'm sorry, it doesn't have a solution.